We'll get back to that in a minute because I'm sure there's a really good story. There are a couple of stories. Hey, EO, it's Erik Olson again. I'm your communications chair, and I'm here with Erik Newman, our newest EO member. Yes. Welcome to the chapter.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So born and raised in Virginia, Chesapeake really to be specific. Owned a couple lawn care companies, construction companies, and in the last 10 years been running, and I started the organization Rock Solid Foundation. And what Rock Solid Foundation does is we build hope for children fighting cancer. We build play sets in their backyards, and then we distribute ready bags all throughout the United States to kids at the hospitals.
Very cool. So I know about Rock Solid. We built your website, actually.
You did.
We'll get back to that in a minute because I'm sure there's a really good story. There are a couple of stories, but you mentioned lawn care and construction. I wasn't aware that you did that before. Are you still doing that?
No, so in 2008, when the economy kind of took a turn, I was part of that turn, and I went in the complete opposite direction. Ended up getting out of it completely, drained my bank account, went to Costa Rica, asked what, a big time surfer, so I asked what this one and only life was about. So I kind of combined in my construction knowledge and then my cancer knowledge, and that's where, I guess, if you will, it had a baby, and then that's where Rock Solid Foundation came from.
Where did the cancer knowledge come from?
So when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with liver cancer. They gave my parents a very slim survival rate that I would even be sitting here now. Ended up beating the disease. I'm 30 years cancer free, and also I lost 2 cousins to pediatric cancer as well. So my family was just ingrained into the pediatric cancer world pretty much my entire life.
Oh wow, that's okay. That's crazy. I didn't realize all that.
Yeah, so there is a little bit. I think the why behind it is I was an expert, unfortunately, at the cancer knowledge,
Yep,
and then
gotcha.
I thought I was an expert at the construction knowledge.
Wow, it was a tough time, that's for sure.
It was, man.
So 2008 hits, everything goes to shit. You go to Costa Rica. How long were you in Costa Rica?
Just a couple of weeks. I ran out of money pretty fast. But while I was there, I wrote down a word hope on a piece of paper and really asked myself, like, what does this mean? Came back through some fundraisers for CHKD, met a family, and then ended up, the mom said that I give her and her husband hope that her son will be sitting in my seat one day. And from there, we started selling donuts. That was the only type of fundraising knowledge that I had, but we soon figured out that we needed to create something with a little bit of sustainability, not just relying on your typical nonprofit structure of donations and sponsorships.
Cool. So you come back, you wanted to do something for the community, right? So
Right.
you're doing fundraisers, and these are like one-off fundraisers, I take it?
Right.
Okay, so then you're doing something good for them, but then you're also probably still like in this situation where you're not making any money, or you're not really helping yourself as much as you're helping others, right?
Right. As you say that, the hair on the back of my neck stands up. I worked for free for the organization for 4 years, and I was working 40 hours a week trying to get this business up and going. And then I was just doing odd jobs, pressure washing, painting houses, just really anything that I could make a quick buck. And then just constantly just throwing it back into the organization to make sure that we could survive.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Wow. So 4 years you're just doing odd jobs and just surviving, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Again, man, every time.
Yeah.
But I think that's what helped develop. Again, I don't take no for an answer, just because some of the things that I've experienced in my life, just from the cancer world, it allows me to really push through. A lot of people have a hard time hearing the word no. But for me, I use it as like, okay, no doesn't mean always no. Like, it just means not right now. So.
Yeah, gotcha. So that was 2008, and then around 2012, you get to the point where you're able to make a little bit of living income
Right.
off the organization. So fast forward another 6-7 years, you're at about, what, 1.2, 1.1?
1.2 is what we did last year in 2018, and we're projecting 1.4 this year.
That's awesome.
That's what we're hoping. So.
And do you have full-time employees?
Yeah, we have. So now our full-time staff, we have an office in North Carolina with 2 employees. We have and kind of our region in Virginia has 2 employees,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have some central staff that are helping what we call it's corporate. Our central staff, we have 4 people really working kind of behind the scenes and really laying everything out for us to be able to reach every single family facing pediatric cancer. And there's close to about 16,000 families a year that get diagnosed. So we're trying to build the infrastructure with our business to be able to help facilitate hope to 16,000 families.
16,000 families. Wow.
Yep, annually on a
That's
yearly
crazy.
basis.
And where are you at now with that?
This year we'll complete over 100 playset projects, and we'll distribute about 1,000 ready bags out. So we got a lot of work to do. BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. We want to do close to 4,000 playsets a year and 16,000 ready bags a year. So we got a lot of room for growth and really just figuring everything out. And I think it's up to us to figure out the scalability on how we can really replicate this. And so far, so good. But we do have a lot of work to do.
And how far geographically are you going now?
Oh, man. So North Carolina, we touch almost every single family in North Carolina, meaning the bags or the play sets. Virginia, pretty much every single family in the state of Virginia we're able to love and serve. And then we're flying to California, Washington, Alabama, Texas. And the way we've done it is we've just designed it as, again, like the scalability and sustainability is we design it as team building exercises for corporations. Corporations want to do team building. They want to do building the culture, all the things that are of value to them. So what we do is we piggyback at that. And then so we're helping
Smart.
companies do that, and then they help us accomplish our mission.
That's awesome. That's a really good idea. Cool. So can you kind of explain to everybody what you do as far as the play sets and then the ready bags?
Yep. So the play sets, the one thing that you never have to teach a human to do is to play. Unfortunately, the first thing that's taken from a child with cancer is play. So we bring the play set to them. We bring play back. I truly believe sitting here that play defeats cancer, even if it's for a moment when the kid comes around the corner. It's like Extreme Home Makeover, kind of. They get to see the play, or we send them off in a limo. The company comes back. They build the play set. It's in a couple thousand pieces, but we've been able to streamline the process. Family leaves, they come back, and then they see the play set for the first time.
Very
and
cool.
The company is back there. They see the family come around. They start playing, and it's just working. So the play sets we actually put in their backyard because they can't go into public places anymore. The ready bags are like a survival bag. We ship them to the hospitals. The hospitals then give those to the families. We're not there when the bags are given out, but it's a survival bag. It's got toiletries. It's got a roll of quarters for the vending machines, blankets, a tablet in there, and it's got some gift cards and stuff in there.
Wow. How do you go about making money in your organization?
So the way that we've tried, so we do that. We're still doing some of the typical things that nonprofits have to do, like fundraisers. We have a huge event that helps raise some money, but where we're trying to be different is we want to really create a sustainable financial model to where it's the sponsorships for the events, meaning the builds, but also just part of my job is trying to create that revenue stream that we can constantly just be pushing the envelope with, not looking at it through the lens of every other nonprofit. And there's nothing wrong with golf tournaments, but I think sometimes it can be death by golf tournaments too.
Yeah.
So just putting the entrepreneurial spin on it.
Okay, cool. So how can EO help you? What are you looking for out of EO in particular?
I think what I'm looking for out of EO is just honestly the things that I'm running into now with like a $1.4 million budget, like the staffing issues, really just learning how to mobilize and keep your teams going in the right way. But HR, but I think the biggest thing, what I'm looking for is the scalability, how to operate in different regions, but not lose the quality. Not always focusing on quantity, but making sure that the quality is not lessened. But I think scalability is probably what I'm most interested in.
How to scale the operations.
Yeah, the processes behind this. Is it a people problem or a process problem? And just really engaging with people that have already done it. And also for me, whatever expertise or anything that I can give to it as well. I just like the sense of community, and I really think that's how the world works, is the power of community. And from what I've heard from this, it's pretty neat, and I'm just now in a couple weeks, and I've gotten a lot of cool stuff already. So I'm excited about that.
Who brought you in?
Brian Holland, Atlantic Bay Mortgage.
Okay.
So he's been mentoring me for probably a couple months now, and he just kept talking about it, and you know how it kept getting pushed back, and then finally I applied, and Kevin Tucker has helped me out quite a bit too.
Excellent.
And so those guys they never shoved it down my throat, but they're like, hey, FYI, don't forget about this, don't forget about this. And now I'm here. So.
All right. Good job, Brian. Good job, Kevin. All right, great. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you, man.
All right, bud.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. All right. So that's it.
Sweet.
Piece of cake, huh?
Yeah, man.